So this is going to be a quick trade review over the one trade that I took today on NASDAQ. So I did have an initial bearish bias coming into the day just due to the fact that overall bearish. Simple as that. So coming off into the day, waiting for that 7 o'clock close as always, was looking for how to see how price closed on all the time frames. So we kind of have like this little trend higher right here. I can draw this out, making higher highs, higher lows, and then we had a closure below this level, which gave us a type 2 bearish on the 4 hour. So like I said, a level for me is just an open and a close. And so if you guys can see right here on this 4 hour, we had a candle close bearish. Oops. So come on. Okay, whatever. We had a previous candle close bearish on the 4 hour, and there's one confluence to look to go bearish. We also have the previous hour close bearish as well with the type 2 bearish shift, closing beyond this hourly level. Same thing with the 30-minute. Just everything was closing bearish. We had a very huge momentum. We had a huge volume momentum move to the downside within the first 30 minutes of market open, give or take. Just taking a look right here. We dropped from 20,000 down to 1976.75. So that's about a 325 point move, give or take. So that being said, you don't want to be fighting this trend. Any buys around here, yes, on the larger time frame makes sense, but this intraday time frame is extremely bearish. So you'd be counter trending in that sense. 15-minute also had a nice previous candle close bearish. And now we wait for that 7 o'clock candle to close. We have bearish momentum in our favor. So now what I'm doing here is just patiently waiting for some sort of entry model. And as you can see, we just start rallying up, or we're kind of getting like this pullback into this area, which I could have taken short right here, but I just wasn't feeling too confident just due to the fact that we had already had such a big move to the downside. So I actually missed out on this move, in which it would have hit target if I had my target right around this area. But yeah. So then I was now kind of taking, at this point, I was kind of looking at NASDAQ and I was trying to see what the markets were doing. And right now, obviously, focus on sales. We had a nice reaction out of this area of interest, and I kind of saw this little lower time frame type 3 structure, right? Kind of have like this trend, broke these highs, and then we had a break of these lows, right? And so now what I'm looking for is a pullback for a potential entry to move back to the downside, stop above the highs, and there's that. Now, I do something that a lot of traders don't do, and that's having a top up analysis. So I like looking for my entry model first and then aligning it with the higher time frames. And as we can see right here, I timing is extremely important when it comes to my strategy. So as we take a look, I was patiently just waiting for how this next 15-minute candle and 5-minute candle will close. And we ended up getting a nice closure beyond this level, which gave me a 5-minute type 2 bearish, which is another confluence I can now stack in my favor when taking this trade. We will also have the 15-minute closing bearish as well. So now when it comes to trading the new 15-minute candle, I'll be looking to see price. I'll be anticipating price to put in an upper wick for this 15-minute to potentially flip lower. And we still have the 30-minute hourly, 4 hourly still moving bearish. So we could have some momentum pushing to the downside. And then price does have a nice pullback in which I do enter right here. And now I am currently entered in the trade, right? Ignore this for now. I'll take that into consideration. I had my entry stops above the highs. We got three entry confluences to get in. We have the type 3 shift, type 2 on the 5 minute, 15-minute putting in the upper wick. Also, we just have time frame alignment, just following the overall momentum. And I was just watching the trade, right? And then right after we broke these lows, I had immediately moved my stops to break even because I was telling myself how overextended we were, that I was not willing to see price come back to up here to take me out, knowing that we did have a pretty big move. And so price did move about 100 ticks in my favor, got about a 0.94 R before stopping me out for break even. And that was pretty much the trade. And pretty much price actually ends up running to my stop, my original stop. So that was great trade management. And then, yeah, I also want to kind of go over the trade that I did miss as well. And I think it was just due to me being hesitant. But we had another, this one was actually a cleaner type 3. We have another trend higher. We break the lows, looking to enter on the pullback, stop of the lows. Was looking for an entry right around here, but I kind of hesitated. I think my mental capital was kind of depleted already after that trade. I think one thing I could work on in the future is just really improving on my mental capital and stretching it out a little bit more. But I did see this nice bearish type 3 shift. I was looking to get in right when price tapped on this level. We do have a previous 15-minute candle close, so I was looking to see if price would react to this level. 5 minute also had a nice, almost like a nice shift in structure. We had volume come in with these last couple candles. We now do have the 30-minute closing against us, but we still have the hourly and 4 hour. And price taps at entry. We do consolidate a little bit, but it does end up hitting my take profit. And yeah, seeing that move definitely was not the best feeling ever. I'm gonna be completely honest, but it is what it is. I'm glad I saw the trade. I'm glad that I was able to identify the setup. I was able to align timeframes and whatnot. But the reason why I hesitated on taking the trade was because I saw how many times this area of interest kind of held. It held once, twice, and then a third time before pulling back. So I was like, okay, is this type 3 really going to play out? Because we're kind of trading in this little range. We are following the overall trend still. So there's a there was a good chance that there's a break. But at this moment in time, I wasn't thinking that. I was very much just focused on the current price action. And I was like, okay, maybe it won't work out. Maybe this is lower probability. And maybe it was, but ends up working out. So it is what it is. That was pretty much the overall trade for the day, just ending the day break even. So didn't win any money, didn't lose any money, but overall it's still a very great trading day just due to the fact that I was able to manage my risk, follow my process. I didn't do anything stupid. I'm in my state of being was focused on profitability. So every action that I was making, every thought I was thinking was focused on being a profitable trader. And being a profitable trader doesn't mean you're always making money. It's also about how you manage yourself and how you manage your emotions. So with that being said, I did a very great job today. A plus when it comes to emotional management. B minus for not executing on certain trades. But that is pretty much going to be the trade review. Nice, quick little trade review. And I look to continue keeping this up. This will probably be a cleaner way of how I do manage my trades or how I review over my trades, and helps me hold myself more accountable as well. Because I know that after every trade, I'm going to have to journal it. And knowing that if I make a video about it, definitely not going to be wanting to do something embarrassing. But other than that, that's going to be the end of it. And I will see you guys next time.